Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We're in orthopedics. Give our friends at Brock a shout. After hours clinic open nights and weekends. And of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Do business with someone you know. You can always give us a shout, 364-1007. It is Sturman this morning. So you got roof issues, give us a shout today. Call us, 364-1007, 364-1007. Okay, y'all. LSU survives game 2 against Mississippi State 9-8. We can dive into it here. It was unnecessarily tense. Didn't need to go that way, but it did. LSU put up a 3 spot in the first. Tommy White homered. Bear Jones homered. Told you all the book on it. It's so funny too, just to think about how long that game was, how many different players we saw in the game. But we told you the book on Cal Steven was couldn't throw his breaking ball for a strike, and his fastball was flat. So if you sit on the fastball, you're going to have a lot of success. And lo and behold, LSU sat on the fastball, and Cal Steven didn't make it to the third inning. I mean, LSU touched him up for 5 runs on 5 hits. He only struck out 1, walked 1. All the runs were earned, so they put a hurting on him. So LSU puts up a 3 spot in the first. They come back, Bingham homers in the second. And then Tigers put up a 4 spot in the third. Travinsky homered, and then White had the 2 RBI singles. So you blink and you're up 9-1. And you're thinking, man, they're going to cruise. Tigers just going to cruise. State's going to wrap this one up. They'll throw anybody out there, and they'll just get through this one, and then you'll see what happens on Sunday in the rubber match. Not the case, man. Unfortunately for LSU, State offensively didn't go away, and they're a pesky offense, and they're pretty good. And LSU, not its best game defensively, and a parade of relievers came out. And I'll tell you this, Will Helmer's in a huge spot. Runners at second and third with Dakota Jordan up, gets the ground ball to Tommy White. We saw Herring for 2 1/3. Ulloa came in, didn't record an out. And then they went to Cade Anderson. That's another thing we got to talk about, because we kind of asked, hypothetically, is Cade Anderson better, more valuable to you as a midweek starter or an SEC weekend reliever? Well, Jay Johnson clearly is wondering the same thing, and tinkered with that yesterday. Anderson went 2/3 of an inning and allowed 3 hits. So, and walked a guy. So a rough SEC debut for Cade Anderson. And then Christian Little came in, and Little got the ground ball, man. Little got the ground ball. Little got the ground ball to White at third, where he stepped on third and threw across the diamond at first to get the double play, which was huge. Preserved LSU's lead, and then Ackenhausen closed it out in the ninth and was perfect. A 3-3 down in the ninth. So, we got to talk about the offense as well, which I'm sure a lot of you will want to. And I have some thoughts on what they did, because it was significant yesterday that they gave Kling a day off. He'll be back in the lineup today. They gave Kling a day off, but how they positioned the outfield was interesting, because they put Brady Neal in right field and Bingham in center. And I haven't read any of your comments yet, but I'm guessing some of you are already going to be talking about Kling. And I just know that this is what this is going to be. Like 2 years ago, my contentious argument with all of you was about Alex Malazzo's value defensively, even though he didn't hit. And I was right. Last year, my contentious argument with all of you was Trey Morgan is going to play left field, whether you think he should or not. It's not to say he's not a great defensive first baseman. He is. But at the next level, dudes like that don't play first base. Jared Jones plays first base. Hey, big guy, stand on the base, catch the ball, club homers. And so you saw Morgan play a lot of left field last year. And I can just tell already that this year that argument is going to be about Paxton Kling, because so many of you cannot look past his struggles at the plate and see the value that he brings in center field. And you saw it yesterday. The play where it was in the fifth when Kohler doubled the center field. You had one out and a man on first. And ball goes to center. Bingham's coming in because Bingham's playing center for Kling. He dives for the ball, doesn't get there, and it rolls past him. Run scores, and then another runner gets, and then the runner gets to third. The next batter was a sac fly. The run came home. If Paxton Kling is in center, he catches Kohler's ball to center, and then the next play, the fly out, you're out of there with no runs. Instead, Bingham dives for the baseball, run scores, and allows the runner to get to third on the error. And so then the sac fly brings another run home. That not having Paxton Kling in center cost you 2 runs yesterday. And that's the thing that most people are never going to pay attention to because you're only going to look at his batting average. If you really want to see Paxton Kling's value defensively, go back, and it didn't matter in context of the game, but if you're interested, if you really are interested, go back to Friday night, the loss, and go look at the last out of the 8th inning. There is a missile hit to left center, and Paxton Kling on a dead sprint catches a ball that should have been a double in the gap. That's the value Paxton Kling brings you. He is an elite defensive center fielder. He's a toolsy guy, as scouts would say. He's got the glove, he's got the speed, he's got the arm. He has the ability to hit for average, hit for power, which we haven't seen him do effectively this year, clearly. But there's also this point where if you're in a slump, how do you work out of a slump if you don't keep getting at bats? Yeah, you take a day off, sit, relax, clear the mechanism, and that's what yesterday was. And he's going to be back in the lineup today, and he should be in the lineup today and every day because he is that good defensively in center field. That alone cost you 2 runs yesterday. So anyway, I just know that that's going to be the contentious argument all year because some of you, just like you couldn't see the defensive value in Milazzo and you couldn't understand why Trey Morgan was going to play left field despite me telling you these things, some of you are never going to understand it with Kling because all you see is offense. All right, put the Broadcat right there because all you see is offense. And if you want the offense to come, then you need to get reps. You need to get live reps against good pitching and go see it and get better. So you are better with Pack. I don't care if you bury him in the 9 hole. But it was the same thing with Andrew Stevenson as a freshman when he hit 180 or whatever it was. You keep putting him in center because it's like having 2 guys in center field. Okay. LSU survives game 2. Game 3 today. We're going to see Sinja, the Ambi pitcher. One thing to tell you all about him. That I've had this conversation with some scouts about him, and one of the changes he's made this year is so a year ago against lefties he would throw left-handed, against righties he would throw right-handed. He's throwing less left-handed this year than he did a year ago. The only time he throws lefty against a left-hander is if the splits show that that left-handed hitter is dramatically worse against lefties and righties. So just something to keep an eye on. You may actually see him throw righty to some lefties today. So we'll see. Okay, let's say some good mornings here. Adam Parker, good morning. Kirk Taylor, what up? Dalton Barnett, what's going on? Brian Wynn, Kelly Gross, Kirk Taylor, thoughts on the lineup? Thoughts on the lineup. I thought the pitcher's inability to get first strikes was frustrating. I think so. I'll tell you one other change I want. I want to see Stephen Milam leading off. I don't want Mac Bingham in the leadoff. I think Mac Bingham has value, and I know Bingham homered yesterday. He finished the day. He was 1 for 4 with a strikeout and 2 walks. So I mean, he did get on base. But I want Milam in the leadoff spot. Milam can work a count. He's unafraid of hitting with 2 strikes. That's what I want in a leadoff guy. That's going to make a pitcher work. That's going to get on base. So I would rather Milam in the leadoff spot. I'm okay with Tommy White in the 2 hole because that's how you're going to get him to see more fastballs. Brady Neal, is he's had a rough weekend. He was Friday, had a rough day defensively, which we talked about here yesterday. Neil had a really rough day defensively Friday, and so it was no surprise that you saw Milazzo behind the plate yesterday. And then Milazzo keeps hitting. He had 2 hits yesterday and walked twice. Milazzo got on base 4 times. Like you're at this point where you go, okay, you want Neil in the lineup, and I get it, but Milazzo is a better defensive catcher than Neil. And Neil left 6 guys on base yesterday. I mean, he struck out with the bases loaded in a huge spot in the 7th. In the 7th. So Braswell singled, Milam struck out swinging, Milazzo fouled out to first base. Bingham walked, White was intentionally walked. So they went back single, and yet back-to-back walks. They intentionally walked White to get to Neil. And if a team is going to intentionally walk Tommy White, you have got to be able to make him pay. That was the thing a year ago when they would intentionally walk Cruz, and you had White protecting Dylan Cruz. So it's like, oh, you could intentionally walk Dylan Cruz, but now you got to go pitch to Tommy White. And Tommy White made teams pay for it. Led the nation in RBI. Like right now, they got to decide if you're going to keep White in that 2-hole, and I'm good with that, you got to decide who you're going to bat third, because Neil isn't producing at that clip. My thought would be you put Travinski there, because I think Travinski has been. Let me look at the season stats this year for Travinski. My feeling is Travinski's been on base more than anybody on the team. Travinski's on base percentage 478. And that does lead the team among the regulars. Yeah. So I would have Travinski third. And then bat Jared Jones fourth. And then if you want Neil in the lineup, let Neil hit fifth. But that's just, and I know Jake likes to alternate lefties, righties in the lineup when he can. And so you'd be stacking righties in the heart of your lineup. And I get that. That's not necessarily what he wants, but what do you value more? Let's see. Gwen, good morning from Snowy Matsu. My best to you, Mrs. the E-Rock Andrews block party. Thanks, man. Donovan Thibodeau, morning, Uncle Scone. Wondering when it became okay to curse an umpire for an entire inning and remain in the game. Donovan, that's a great point. So what he's talking about is Chris Lemonis was arguing balls and strikes. I think that was in the second. Might have been in the third inning. And he got his warning, went back to the dugout, and continued on. And I tweeted at the time. Who was that who said that? Donovan, I tweeted at the time, man. Lemonis is trying to get thrown out of this game, and I believe he was. Like, his team was down 9-1, and in some respects, he probably felt it was over, and so he needed to spark his team. And you'll see that. You'll see managers go get tossed intentionally, and I think that's what he was trying to do. Like, I think he was trying to get thrown out of the game, and the umpire wouldn't throw him out, which is a little odd. Barry Joslin, what's up? Gwen, team is doing well. Chance to win the series today. 17-3, batting 300, ERA of 17-3, batting 300, ERA of 3.25. I'm sure I'm going to get to a lot of these comments, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to want to talk about the pitching, but it's worth mentioning. Yesterday, everyone was complaining about the offense, and listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that on a day where you leave. Trying to see how many runners LSU left on base yesterday. Where you leave 10 runners on base. That's a great day. But what I will say is a day where you scored, if you look in a vacuum and go 9 runs on 11 hits and 4 homers, good day offensively. Now, it was all clustered. All of it was clustered in the first 3 innings. But, I mean, 9 runs and 11 hits with 4 homers is 9 runs and 11 hits with 4 homers, and it holds up. So would I have loved to see that team continue to keep the pressure on? Yeah. Would have loved to have seen that. But 9 runs and 11 hits and 4 homers held up. So Cliff Nelson, good morning. As the program director, when are we changing the name of OTB to the D Zone? I don't get it. The D Zone? You got to help me with that one, Cliff. Sorry, man. several times last year. Both games this weekend, we jumped out to an early lead, couldn't do anything offensively the rest of the way. Cajun Country, Tigers eked it out. Pelicans won big. I don't think this is going to be a season where LSU blows people out. Pitching seems like they'll have to keep teams at bay. Well, again, you scored 9 runs and 11 hits. The problem yesterday wasn't your offense. The problem was your pitching couldn't get guys out in key spots. I was surprised it took till the 9th inning of game 2 to get Nate Ackenhausen in there. Now, I understand why you didn't throw him game 1. I understand completely. You don't throw him game 1 because you were down big the entire game. So, but any of those spots, like Helmer's first out of the bullpen yesterday, surprised me. And that was likely just a matchup thing where they wanted to go get him. It worked. Ulloa, I love Ulloa in that spot. Didn't come through for you. But I mean, it's one of those things where Kate Anderson, like, why didn't we see? I guess maybe because LSU still had a big enough lead where Jay said, like, why go get Ackenhausen here? Except that it felt like it was starting to slip away. So, and you got him in the 9th, and he was awesome in the 9th. So, anyway, Joel Cunningham, 26 runs, 18 hits in 2 days. Geske doesn't appear as loaded as we thought. So Joel, this is one of those things where I want to see. I want to see how the sample grows. So, on Friday, I thought State had a really good approach against Holman. And their approach was basically he puts his curveball wherever he wants, so don't swing at it. And if he ends up beating you with a curveball, tip your cap and go back to the dugout. But sit on a fastball and hit it. Like, that was their approach. That was their approach against Holman. And it worked. They had 10 hits. Like, tip your cap. Like, tip your cap to State on Friday. Their approach against Holman was great. And the freshman lefty, Stevens, who came in, was just awesome. Guy struck out 8 in 5 innings of 1-hit ball. I mean, like, sometimes the other team deserves credit. And State was great on Friday. Like, they were better in every phase. I thought Gage jump yesterday was good. I was a little surprised that Jay lifted him when he did. And that some of that makes me wonder, like, is that still like a pitch count type thing? Like, jump was at 66 pitches through 3 2/3. And I know we've seen jump throw more than 66 pitches, but then you were also at a spot where Helmers came in with 2 on and they went for a matchup. In that spot in the but again, it was in that spot in the 4th where you're in a 9 that's when Chance homered. So it's 9-4. So Chance homered off of jump in the 4th. It was a 3-run homer. So it's 9-4 and you got 2 on, and so you're going, all right, let's make sure we get out of this so it's not, because obviously at 9-4 it's a 5-run game. One swing can't beat you. That's the whole thing, like with a margin of 5, right? If you're outside of 4, one swing can't beat you. So I'm sure that's what Jay was thinking. Like, if we give up a hit here, now it's a 3-run lead. We're inside of 4. So, but I would have liked to have seen if jump could have gone deeper into the ball game. You still had a lead. I mean, you were early in the game at that point. But yeah, I mean, I think it's not been a great weekend for the pitching staff. I mean, it goes without saying. But is it just, are these two games so far are proving to be an outlier from what we've seen so far through the first 15 games of the season? So, we'll see as the sample size grows. Patrick Berglass said, "Morning, Matt. How does LSU's NIT chance look after A&M lost yesterday?" Good question, Patrick. So one of the other things that I learned yesterday, and this must have happened while I was in New York, apparently Ole Miss has said they're not going to accept an NIT bid. If that's the case, then I don't know specifically if that's how this works, but then LSU should get one of the auto bids to the NIT. Dale Broussard, Tommy White was outstanding defensively. He has been, and that's one of the biggest surprises, man. White, I didn't think when he got here was a guy that looked like a big league third baseman. He absolutely looks like a big league third baseman. Like he can stick at that position at the next level, which I would not have thought a year ago at this time. Bob Poole, good morning. Offensive change in center field almost cost us on the defensive side. Kirk Taylor, little bit amazing, huge improvement. Milazzo saved the game at the plate yesterday. I mean, Milazzo with the tag out on the runner, and they showed it 1,000 times. Now, I was watching it without the audio on. I know they kept showing that 1,000 times. I don't know that he dropped the ball, or if he was putting his hand in there to protect it as the runner was sliding over his glove, which is kind of what it looked like, because there was no shot anywhere that showed the ball come out. So I don't know. I mean, maybe Milazzo in a candid moment will tell us what happened there. But yeah, he was great. And then Milazzo had 2 hits and 2 walks. I mean, he was on base 4 times. He's been awesome. Vaughn Blues, good morning, everyone. Exciting game yesterday. Hope the game doesn't get rained out and the Tigers win. Hunter Picard, take SEC wins any way you can. Absolutely true. Disclaimer, Yeski knows more baseball than me, but some of the pitch sequencing and bullpen decisions have been odd. I don't know if Yeski is the one who's deciding what pitcher comes in at what time. I'm sure there's a little collaboration there with he and Jay, with who they want in that moment. Pitch sequencing, I will give you. We're not he's calling a heavy dose of fastball slider, and you're not seeing as much curveball. I'll tell you, that was a thing with, excuse me. I think I mentioned this y'all a couple weeks ago that with Hurd, that was one of the changes they made. They were not calling his curveball as much, and everything he was throwing was flat. And it's why I think he had a struggle the first couple weeks. Hi. You want to come say hi, Dad Show? Yeah, come say hi, Dad Show. Hey, come say hi. Come say hi. Oh, there's my boy and his camo jammies. Huh. What do we say? Can you say hi, Dad Show? Hi, Dad Show. Well, that was so good. Did the hair fairy give you a visit today? Yeah. Yeah, the hair fairy gave you a visit? Okay. Let's see. Ty Fly said, hey, Drew. Can you say hi, Ty? Say hi, Ty. Say hi, Ty. Hi, Ty. Say hi, Becky. Hi, Becky. Say hi, Vaughn. Hi, Vaughn. Good job. Hey, where are we going to go today? Where's Daddy and Drew going to go today? To where? The mall. And then where? Drew's house. I don't know. You tell me. Okay. Well, it was a pleasure seeing you, Drew. His butt says camouflage. He's got a moose on his butt. Camouflage, get it? Okay. Let's see. Barry Day. Brett Gidry, congrats on the raise Drew gave you yesterday. Yeah, if you didn't watch my Instagram story, Drew will go to we go into my work now. And he rides the elevators, and he basically finds any open door and goes in. He knows where my office is at Guarantee too. So he'll go and he'll sit in my chair. And so we did an Instagram story where I was sitting in in the chair opposite my desk, and he was sitting in my chair, and I was like, "Can I have a raise, Mr. Scone?" He's like, "Yes." Like, thank you. Bart St. Germain. So there is a Bart St. Germain. I knew that because there's a Brent St. Germain on here as well. I wonder if y'all are related. Donald Amy, good morning. Peter Fennick, what's the story with the Lombardi replica on your liquor shelf? So, yeah, man, I won that at the Most Blessed Sacrament charity auction a couple weeks ago, and it's a replica of the Saints Super Bowl trophy from Super Bowl 44, and it's signed by Drew Brees. I mean, I'll show y'all if you want to see. Pretty cool. I mean, I'm sure if y'all could see that. So it's got like that Super Bowl logo, the final score, the crest Lombardi Trophy, and then it's signed by Drew Brees right there. So I mean, it's like a to scale replica of the Lombardi. So, pretty cool. I thought so anyway. I petitioned Erica to put it on the mantle in our house. She didn't go for it. Let's see. I believe said you have Coleman and most of the people who only threw a couple pitches. Oh, you got plenty of arms today. You could certainly bring Ackenhausen back. You could, as you mentioned, you could throw Javen Coleman. You could certainly bring Gavin Guidry back as well. And let's see how deep Thatcher Hurd goes into the ballgame. But you got plenty of arms today to get through this game. That's not a problem. Aiden Moffett hasn't thrown this weekend. He could certainly throw for you. You've got arms. Let's see. Murder Giraffe said he didn't drop it. His arm got crossed with the runner. He was trying to get it out. I think I don't know definitively, but I do think obviously none of us know. But in watching it, it felt like he had one hand on it, and as the runner was rolling over him, he got his second hand in there to make sure it didn't pop out. That's what I sort of interpreted seeing there. Stephen Fry, Matt, I know Jay didn't really stretch anyone out yesterday, but what reliable arms do we have out of the pen if Hurd can't give us 5 or 6? Yeah, just kind of talked about that. I think, I mean, the only guy from yesterday that I think wouldn't be available, aside from Gage Jump, of course, I don't think you're bringing Herring back. Yeah, Herring threw 41 pitches. Anybody else could come back. Helmer's only threw 17. Cade Anderson threw 16, although you're not bringing him back. Ackenhausen only threw 9 pitches. So really, I mean, you have almost everyone available today. Go Tigers said, what happened to Jake Brown? So, I mean, I don't think it was a Jake Brown thing. I think yesterday it was just a matter of he wanted to give Kling a day off, which I'm not opposed to that. Like, I'm not opposed to giving Paxton Kling a day off to say, hey, just sit, watch, gather yourself. Like, sometimes you need that when you're fighting it a bit. But what yesterday did illustrate was the need for Paxton Kling to be in center field every day. Like, he has got to be in center field every day because defensively, he is your best defensive outfielder, and it's not close. I mean, there's a reason D1 baseball has him as the number 50 overall prospect in this summer's draft. Like, he is a great toolsy baseball player. He's just got to get a little more within himself at the plate. But anyway, to answer your question, and moving Bingham to center, they put Pearson in left. Well, they could have put Jake Brown in right, but they wanted Brady Neal's bat in the lineup. So they put Brady Neal in right. And I thought Brady Neal was fine in right yesterday. Irfan Sayad, Jeff McKithen, Peter Fennert thought Milam and Milazzo at the plate. The Milam to Milazzo plate, the plate was outstanding. It was. Leon Williams, good morning. Brennan Pomeroy thought tough game to watch for sure, even though we were up 9-1 and never felt like we were in charge of the game. We walked away with the win, so that's all that matters. I think it only really got tense. It really got tense. It got tense in the fifth. The play I keep referring to when Bingham and center dove for the ball, and they got 2 runs when it didn't need to go that way, man. It was 9-4. You were still up 5, and when they got it inside of 5, that's whenever it got tense. I mean, you're up 9-4. You got 1 out. They hit the ball to center. Bingham dives for it. He doesn't come up with it. The run scores, and the runner gets to third, and then a sac fly, another run comes home. So 2 runs come home, and if Kling is in center, you get out of that inning without allowing a run. So, and you're still up 9-4, and the whole complexion feels dramatically different. So, anyway, um, I disagree with this. Go Tigers said I'd have Travinsky 3, White 4, Jones 5. I disagree with that. Um, I'm good with White being in the 2-hole, the same reason that I was good with Cruz in the 2-hole last year or Trey Morgan, because you're going to see you're going to see more fastballs in the 2-hole. And I want Tommy White seeing fastballs because I want him producing runs. Um, Also, if you're in the 2-hole, you're more likely to get another at bat than you are on the 4-hole as the lineup turns over and you're closer to the top of the lineup. Um, and then you also have to think about who your protection is going to be. And there's too much swing and miss with Jared Jones that I don't want Jared Jones batting behind Tommy White, because what you can't have happen is someone say like what happened yesterday where they intentionally walked Tommy White twice. Like, if they're gonna intentionally walk Tommy White, you have to have someone behind him who they're afraid to pitch to. That was the case last year with Cruz. You had Cruz, and then you had White behind Dylan Cruz, and a lot of teams paid for walking Dylan Cruz. You don't have that right now, and you wouldn't have that with Jared Jones. If anything, I would have Travinsky behind White, because Travinsky has been the guy that's gotten on base more. That, like yesterday, it was Brady Neal batting behind Tommy White, and he was 0 for 4 with and he was 0 for 4 with a strikeout and left 6 on base. So he popped out twice. I mean, I'm okay with Tommy White being in the 2-hole, but if Tommy White's going to be in the 2-hole, um, I gotta have protection behind him, and I think Travinsky is the best guy to do that. Jesse Brown, morning, Matt. It was a banana weekend at the box for us. Happy St. Patty's Day. Celebrating my wife and I 11-year anniversary this weekend. Okay, Jesse Brown, happy anniversary to you both. Cheers to many, many more. Matt Lusso, is Lamonis liable for FCC fines? His language was clearly audible. No, because it was on cable. There's no FCC fines on cable. It's still pay TV. Most networks are cautious to make sure that they're at least family friendly, but cable is still pay television, and it doesn't. Uh, they're not susceptible to FCC fines on pay television in the same way that you'd pay for HBO. Same thing. Taz, can Jake Haener be Purdy like in the new offense? Look, man, I get the question, Taz. Both are smaller guys, successful college quarterbacks. And of course, when you're talking about Kubiak coming from San Francisco, where they made Purdy this competent NFL starter, you look and think and hope the same thing can happen, and maybe. I mean, I get it. I think that's a best case scenario. I don't know if I believe that. I think the bigger thing with Purdy is he's on the best roster in the NFL. I mean, if you put Brock Purdy on the Saints last year, are they in the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. Take Brock Purdy, put him on the Jets. Were they a playoff team last year? No. I mean, maybe it's not fair to Purdy, but when you've seen the Shanahan offense go to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo and now Brock Purdy, it almost feels like you can just put anyone in that spot and they'll have success. Big Mill, if pitching doesn't get better, this team is in trouble. And I've got a 15-game sample or 18-game sample that say the pitching's great, a 2-game sample that goes, ugh. And you'll say, yeah, but that was against Mississippi State. It's the SEC. And I'm like, well, that's why you went to Houston and played against Texas, and why you went and played in that classic to see how you fared against better competition. And we'll see. Murder Giraffe, Rex, good morning. Taz, Justin Jefferson turned down $30 million a year from the Vikings. Rumors he's trying to go to the Bengals, but the Vikings not listening. So I talked to an agent this weekend who, and actually while I was in New York, I spoke to uh well, the guy I presented the YouTube session with at the Barrett Sports Media Conference is a guy from Score North in Minneapolis. Like, basically, they do Vikings coverage, and we talked about. He said, like, he passed on 30, and because of the new with the salary cap going up, even just the same percentage of the cap would give him like a 5 million a year raise or something like that. So I think he's going to get like 30. He passed on 30. He's going to get like 35 or something like that. Let's see. A Withers 30 more to Matt. Do you think the strike zone was a tiny majority of the game till the Brady strikeout looking, which was strikes, but was balls first half of the game? I didn't have a problem with the zone yesterday. I'll tell you, if I ever did, I didn't have a problem with the zone, and I thought the strikeout that Neil looked at. I mean, it was a fastball. Pitcher hit his spot. Was it maybe a little in? Maybe, but it's college baseball, and umps will give you some grace off the plate. Like, you got to swing at that pitch. I have no problem with the umpire ringing up Brady Neal there. Looking, I mean, you got to swing at that pitch. Devin Kelly, good morning. Matt Lusto, what's the pitcher going to do against Milam? Stephen Fry, what's up? Ryan Amanda Guidry, good morning. Y'all do me a favor, please smash that like button, subscribe up the channel. If you're new, if you're on Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. We appreciate y'all for being with us as always. We are brought to you by our friends over at, let me see if we can do this. Hang on. I haven't done this in a minute. Presented by, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I haven't done it on this one. Hang on. Presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. It's like doing the full screen graphic like that. If you need an orthopedist, choose the best. Choose Brock. Whoops. And also by Hudco Roofing and Exteriors, LLC. Do business with someone you know. Hudco Roofing and HudcoRoofing.com. Rainy weather today. Got roof issues? Give us a call. 364-1007 or HudcoRoofing.com. Okay. All right. Brian Dixon, fake grass at the dirt and dirt at the plate makes no sense. This has caused issues with wild pitches, curveballs. This should be banned. Ryan, I agree with you. I don't know that I necessarily think it should be banned, but it is a different dimension. And I don't know why you would have a natural playing surface and have the home plate area artificial. Like, I agree with you in that sense. I do think it's been a problem for catchers blocking up balls, for pitchers spiking balls. It's one of the reasons why, if you remember, we talked about LSU going to play in Hammond at Southeastern. I told you I like going on the road, going experience something different. Hey, look, you're playing on turf. You're going to have games this year where you play on turf. I'm glad you're getting an opportunity to do that now instead of in the SEC. So, yeah, I mean, it's why you go do those things because anyway. Yeah, I disagree with this completely. I believe said no one catches the ball Bingham dove for, not Kling or even Cruz. First of all, you misspelled Cruz. And second of all, you're 100% wrong on that. Mac Bingham was a step away, and Paxton Kling is absolutely a better center fielder. First of all, he would have had a better jump on the ball. And we've seen, they track these things. They do TrackMan, right, where the catch probability, and Paxton Kling has caught balls with like a 9% catch probability. Like, what you are ignoring is, like, in trying to validate your point, you're speaking as an absolute something that is flatly incorrect. Oh, nobody gets to that ball. That's just not true. I mean, that's why Paxton Kling is a top 50 prospect, is because he is an elite level center fielder with elite level speed. Go watch it. Go watch it. I'm sure no one will, because none of you actually care deeply enough to do this. But go back to Friday night's game into the top of the eighth inning, and the bottom of the eighth inning, the third out of the eighth inning. It is a missile to left center, and Paxton Kling catches it on a dead sprint, and that should have been a double against the wall. Like, he is that good of a defensive center fielder, period. Is that a humidor next to Lombardi? Yes, that is a box humidor. Joel, we still can't get the bunting situations right. That's true. How about the bunt yesterday? Well, the thing is, though, yesterday when LSU, I think it was Neal that bunted, he was trying to bunt for a hit. And it was an amazing play by the pitcher to sort of slide, pop up, and throw the ball. But I think he was bunting for a hit in that situation. So, like I told you, I'm good bunting for a hit and bunting to score a run. I'm never okay bunting to advance a runner. It is never, because in all mathematical situations, there is no situation where your run scoring probability increases when you give up a run to advance a runner. Like, that's mathematical fact. Let's see. Irfan Sayad came here today to talk about playing center field where Bingham dove and missed the ball that cost us 2 runs. Those don't happen if Kling is in center. Thank you, Irfan Sayad. At least somebody understands. Mo Nato, good morning. Triple D, he blinked too much. Are you talking about me? Do I blink too much? I don't know. I've never thought about how much I blink. Just when you thought cowbells were the most annoying thing about Mississippi State, enter somebody's screaming kid, PITA. Good thing I had the volume down yesterday. Let's see, Gulf South, what's up? I'm a little jealous since your house has power right now. Mine doesn't. Silly me thinking I could wait until April before installing a home generator. So, even if our house didn't have power, we would Gulf South, because we do have a whole home generator. And I'll tell you all this, we actually have a partner coming on AFR. It's Optimize. They're so impressive. Optimize does whole home generators, and they are actually nationally the number one Generac dealer in the country. And it's stunning to me, because I never even heard of them until we started having the conversations about them coming on as an advertiser on AFR and 104.5 ESPN. But they're an incredibly impressive operation. And the thing that I think stands out the most about them is all they do is residential whole home generators. Like, there's a lot of companies that could be like, electrical companies that do a lot of different things and also offer generators. Like, the only thing Optimize does is whole home generators for residential properties. Like, that's the only thing they do. So, really impressive. So anyway, if I think it was Gulf South, if you're interested, highly recommend, man. Optimize, the generator people. Give them a shout. Would appreciate it, man. Speaking of this, I don't think I've mentioned this in a minute. What's today? Is it still March? Yeah, it's March 17th. Okay. We still have until April 3rd to vote for Best of 225. I mentioned this, but I need to start mentioning it again. Your boy was nominated for Best Radio Personality, Best of 225. Just posted the link there in the chat. Would highly recommend, I would very much appreciate it if you would take a quick second, click that link and vote. All you need is an email address. And I appreciate it. All of us in the Best Radio Personality category are fighting an uphill battle against Murphy, Sam, and Jody. So anybody that would take a quick minute and vote, I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay. Rocky Killian. Very upset about Mulkey getting tossed out of the Bananas game. Ty Fly, Pels with another dub. Yeah, man. The Pels last night, uh, beat the Blazers 126-107. And they have a huge opportunity. I was kind of looking at the schedule, the upcoming schedule that they have. And when we had AD on Antonio Daniels um, before I left for New York, we kind of looked at this stretch and the opportunity. Right, we talked to him after they had beaten Toronto, and they'd landed in Philly, and we knew they were going to play Philly without Embiid and Atlanta without Trae Young. Well, they won both those games. And we say, hey, look at what's ahead too, man. You have a really winnable stretch before you have this tough road swing. Well, um, they lost at home to Cleveland, which was obviously very disappointing. But then they beat the Clippers, beat Portland last night, 126-107. Now you got 4 straight road games. You're at the Nets on Tuesday. You're at the Heat on Wednesday. No, I'm sorry. At the Nets on Tuesday, at the Magic on Thursday, at the Heat on Friday, then so you go back-to-back road, then at the Pistons on the 24th. So that'd be Sunday, it'd be a week from today. And then you're home against the Thunder, Bucks, Celtics, Suns, Magic, Spurs. You have a long home stretch before you go 4 on the road, then you're home to wrap up the season against the Lakers. Point is, you needed to get these at home. You would have loved to have gotten that Cleveland game, because now you've got 4 straight road games, including a back-to-back at Orlando, at Miami. So they needed this here, and they're going to have to go do work on the road, man. For those who are kind of keeping track of it with the Pels, what we're hoping for is to get them into the 4 seed, right? So remember, top 6, you avoid the play-in series, which right now the Pels are the 5 seed. And you'd love to say comfortably, but nothing's really comfortable. The Pels are 2.5 games ahead of Sacramento, who's in the 7 currently. So, but you're also a game and a half behind the Clippers. So you beat the Clippers 2 nights ago, and then the Clippers had the day off, and you won yesterday, so you got within another half game. So you're a game and a half behind the Clippers in the 4 seed, and you have the season series win, so you have the tiebreaker against the Clippers, and you'd love to be in the 4, obviously, because then you get home court advantage in a first-round series. So really hoping for a strong finish here for New Orleans to see if they can end up in one of those top 4 seeds, avoid the play-in, and get home court in the first round. Kyrie Diggs, morning. Let's see. This is very hypothetical. Would you draft Bronny for 1 to 2 years of LeBron in New Orleans? So first of all, and I know it's very hypothetical, it's interesting. First of all, I have no idea if Bronny's going to come out this year. The last I heard was that he was kind of looking to see what the scouts were going to, what the scouts were going to say about him. Because look, if Bronny comes out and ends up not making a roster or ended up in the G League or something like that, did it really make sense? And I also don't know how, just candidly, Kyrie, I haven't studied the Pels cap situation enough to know what they would even be able to afford for LeBron. And then also, how do you get him here? Right? He's not a free agent. So if the Lakers intend on retaining him and having him retire a Laker, then how do you even make that happen? So again, like, that's not the question you asked. Like, just hypothetically, like, would I draft Bronny so I could have a couple of years of LeBron in New Orleans? It kind of feels like a situation where MJ went to the Wizards at the end of his career, and you do it for the novelty of it I don't know that he makes you a dramatically better team. He's not prime LeBron. Like Washington Jordan wasn't prime Jordan, but he was still a good NBA player in that respect, maybe just because of the attention it brings. But I don't know, man. I'd kind of rather build a roster to win. Quentin Breakbill, good morning. Cortland Jacob, I believe Kling is a lot faster. Maybe Kling makes a better decision, doesn't dive for a ball he'll never catch. The sin was not catching the ball, it was diving for a ball he had no shot. Cortland, if you keep the ball in front, it's second and third, no run. Sack fly gives up a single run instead of the two. Bingham been making mistakes. Yeah, look, I mean, Bingham had the error in left on Friday where he let the ball get behind him, which allowed a run score. Let's see. Huey Lipsy, several big bats are thinking homer. Look, I know Jared Jones at the plate is looking to elevate the baseball, and I'm okay with that. I know that's why he's in the lineup. And that's why whenever Jared Jones goes to the next level, he's going to be a first baseman whose job is to stand on first base and club homers. It's the old cliche, you'll go 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, but if the one's a 3-run homer, you take it. I mean, that's why you see it's like in basketball, the percentage of 3-point shots is way up because teams are willing to live and die by the 3. In Major League Baseball, strikeouts are way up because guys are willing to live and die by the homer. So you'll take your massive hacks and you'll take your strikeouts because you're just looking for the 3-run homer. So that's going to play at the next level for Jared Jones. What I need him to do is not swing at curveballs, ever. He can't hit a curveball, and a lot of people at this level can't throw a curveball for a strike. So don't ever swing at a breaking ball. And if they throw you a fastball, crush it. Otherwise, lay off of curveballs and try to walk. That's what I would do if I was Jared Jones. Hey, babe. Are we going to do some Ask E-Rock? Okay. E-Rock's down. If y'all got Ask E-Rock questions, fire away. Oh, my God. Matt Lusto, switch hitter versus switch pitcher. Yeah, what do you do? I don't know. If I'm the hitter, I just go to whatever my dominant side is. Because we'll see that today with Milam against Sinja. Tiger Diver, Greg T, good morning. Greg T said, morning, do you think GameCoin will advertise on AFR? We might do some stuff. But trust me when I say, like, the GameCoin platform has far greater scale and reach than AFR. So, Kevin Rossalot, please tell me y'all see the old guy in the cowboy hat to the left of the plate giving everyone hell. Dude is distracted. Baseball fans. I saw Kling turn what typically a no man land single into a routine fly ball last season. He's great. He's a great outfielder. Like this part about Kling defensively isn't debatable. Like, he's the fastest guy on the team. He's a top 50 overall prospect. Consensus top 100. D1 has him as the number 50 overall prospect. But go look at Baseball America, Perfect Game Running, and you'll see him. He's in the top 100 in all of them. I think the lowest is maybe Perfect Game has him maybe like 104 or something like that. Anyway, but the point is, Kling's great defensively. The question is, are you willing to trade a struggling bat to have a great glove in the outfield? For me, at a premium position, the answer is yes. And that's not a new thing. You're good, baby. I promise you're not in it. You're not even close to being in it. So anyway, but it's I don't know any other way to say it other than, like, it's what you did with Stevenson. Pat Shingleton. Drew wants Pat Shingleton on the iPad. Pat Shingleton. Yesterday was the wearing of the Green Parade. Drew loves him some
Is
pet
that
penguins.
it?
Okay, scoot closer, babe.
That's the
I
only way.
promise you're not in even close.
Okay.
Like you can come. I promise you're not even close to being.
Got
Okay. Okay, Eric is here.
Good morning.
So we can do some Ask E-Rock. If y'all want to do some Ask E-Rock, fire away. We will. Oh, good. We got some Ask E-Rocks.
Wow.
Okay. We got
Lucky bear.
Paul Wall. You trying to say Jared Jones can't hit a curveball? Yes. He is Pedro Serrano. I was thinking yesterday. I'm like, he's Pedro Serrano. That's what he is. Okay. Let's do this. Everyone, welcome aboard. E-Rock. Look, I got your pink. You see it?
Yeah. Good morning. Okay. Hi.
All right. E-Rock is Erica, my wife, aka E-Rock, and we do a segment here called Ask E-Rock, and you can ask Erica anything about anything. Fire away. If you're new, we appreciate you for being there. Please smash that like button on YouTube, subscribe on the channel, Facebook, like the Matt Scone page, share the post. By the way. For today's game's at 1:00. All right. Kirk Taylor.
Good morning, Kirk.
Ask E-Rock, favorite thing you saw in New York City?
Oh, tough one. We went to the best restaurants. So all the restaurants are super bougie, nice, pretty, real fancy and different. So I loved all the restaurants and the vibes. But Moulin Rouge was incredible. We had the best seats in the house. We were part of it, I felt like, and it was, I don't know, that Moulin Rouge. It was really, really good.
We literally did have the best seats. I need to figure out how I can show y'all this. Hang on one second. I'm gonna try something real quick. If you'll allow me, just one quick second. Actually, here's a good idea. Let me ask the next question, Erica.
Okay.
And I can try to do this while you ask the next. Oh wow. Oh, they tagged. They tagged my personal Facebook. Oh, well. Okay. Derek Maness asked E-Rock, how was your trip to New York? All right. You can talk a little bit more about what we did in New York.
New York was phenomenal. It was very quick, but it didn't seem that quick. But we were there 3 nights and perfect amount of time to be away from Drew. We ate a lot. I gained 5 pounds. During the day, Matt was in conference, so I kind of explored New York a little bit by myself. And I went to the best spa on the planet at the Plaza Hotel, the Guerin Spa, however you say that word. It was the most incredible 90-minute experience. So that was really cool. The Plaza Hotel itself is way better than Home Alone, makes it seem like. Just so pretty. So I just had a great time. I mean, I did a lot of relaxing, and at nighttime we went to, like I said, the best restaurants, and that's about it. Went to Moulin Rouge. That was phenomenal. So we had a great time. We had a really good time. Am I supposed to keep talking? No. Yes. Easy flights, direct, which was really nice. Do not like a layover. Do not like a up and down. I'd rather the sooner we get there, then the better, because I don't like going up and down on planes. So I just went through the exit door on the first flight trying to find the bathroom. Patrick Sajak.
I was trying to find.
Oh, I had the best compliment.
Oh, really?
On day 1 of exploring by myself.
Oh, that's what's on PDF. That's right.
My last Uber driver of the day that I had by myself, because I couldn't walk New York. I kept trying. I did try because I brought my Jordans, and I was wearing my pink Jordans with my pink jeans so I could be cute, but yet, walk. That didn't happen. I obviously don't know Northwest and all those things. Google Maps, when you're trying to do walking directions, it doesn't just say go left. It says go northeast. And I'm like, what is that? So
there's also a little dot.
Don't. It does not help. So anyway, I ended up having an Uber everywhere. So my last Uber driver gave me the best compliment in the world. And he said, I am one of the top 2, not the top. He didn't give me that title, but I am one of the top 2 riders he's ever had. That's a huge compliment.
Huge.
I mean, he didn't have to tell me that.
No, he didn't.
And I loved him.
Van Bluesman.
He's from Bangladesh.
Who?
He can speak Bengal. That guy, remember? I looked him up because I was.
Ask E-Rock, did Matt get your Taylor tickets yet?
We're still working on that. I hear it's a shoe-in, but I'm still waiting. I mean, last night he's supposed to be getting a couple of pair.
Gulf South, ask E-Rock.
Why do you like to skim over that question so quickly?
Why can't Matt put his signed Lombardi trophy on the mantle?
Because it's too big. It's too deep for the mantle. We tried. It is too deep.
If it's on the side.
Nah, I think it's too.
If it's on the side of the TV.
It's obtrusive.
James Charles, good morning. Great show as always.
Good morning. Thanks, James.
Brett Gidry asked E-Rock, what was your favorite part of the New York City trip?
Yeah, I think times. Yeah. But yeah, that was
it. Quinn Breakbill asked E-Rock, how was the walk to breakfast Friday morning with laughing emojis?
Yeah, I didn't do that because I was tired. Even though I didn't do a lot, even though I didn't have the schedule you had, we would have been up super early. And for me to get up and get ready.
They're joking because I did morning Scone on the way to Sarah Beth.
Yeah.
Because I walked there and it took 14 minutes.
Right.
And you said it was 36 minutes.
That's what Google Maps says.
And they were.
What would you like?
Will Frozen on a bed.
Thank you for asking. Very good. Ready? Ready? Good. Wheel of Fortune. James. You gotta click on it first before it takes it. Good job. Thank you.
Oh, no, he got him.
We got to cuddle with Drew in the bed this morning. It was so sweet. It's like the old days.
Murder Giraffe.
Happy Giraffe. How was your day?
Ask E-Rock, how about this weather?
I know, so gloomy, but kind of good because today I wanted to do absolutely nothing because we got back from New York and like Friday night, like 7 and hurried and unpacked. And then last night we had a little dinner party. So yesterday I was running around errands, cleaning. So I need today to just be chill so I can like no makeup, no hair, just.
You know what else is great about this weather?
What?
Roof leaks.
Yes, that too.
So if you got a roof leak, give us a shout. You know what to do. 364-1007, 364-1007, 364-1007, or HUDCOroofing.com. Do business with someone you know. Oh, wait, boom. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, that's we got some good ones here.
Well,
Erica?
Get to it. Excuse me. I have like something in my throat.
We got some good Ask You.
Okay, we'll go.
Wait, I lost my spot. Hang on.
I was about to go get in the bathtub. And by the way, every time I got in an Uber, every single time by myself, which was multiple times a day, 2 days in a row, Taylor Swift was like on.
Oh my God.
Like literally not even the same song twice.
Tiger Diver, Ask E-Rock.
That's cool.
Lenny or Trivia, who's your favorite?
Stop. I love them both equally because I don't pick favorites.
Read Rule, Ask E-Rock. Do you fill out a March Madness bracket?
I used to. I haven't lately. But I used to because we used to do one at school.
That's right.
At work. And then whoever used to like head it up, like no longer works there. So no one else took over it.
Trivia Carter.
Good morning, Trivia.
Ask E-Rock.
Where you been?
What's up with your podcast?
Oh, I have no sponsor yet. Nobody wants to hear me, Trivia.
Are you doing a podcast?
No, he just said I should because he loves me.
Oh. Brian Jones said, good morning, Matt. Glad to have you back. Thank you, Brian. Glad to be back. Joel Cunningham asked E-Rock, would you have pulled Ulloa after one batter when it was still a righty-righty situation?
I have no idea what that means.
Okay.
Did we win yesterday?
Yes, 9-8. Okay.
Ask
E-Rock, LSU baseball or LSU football?
Oh my God. No brainer. LSU football. I like baseball. They're very nice young men. They're very, they're very, I think they have great personalities. I like LSU baseball off the field.
Okay.
Like if they just did like a sitcom of them or a,
reality show.
Yeah, I'd like that. Baseball's too long. We need to go down to 7 innings, 2 outs. I mean, we could make this game a lot faster, guys. It takes way too long. It's the longest game in the history of sports,
and
Matt.
Jay Johnson is that no, that's not true. Because
what takes longer than baseball?
Cricket lasts like days.
No,
yeah,
cricket. We don't watch that. I'm just saying, basketball props to basketball because it is fast.
Gymnastics is too.
Yes, gymnastics is fast too. So it doesn't dominate. And then baseball, again, here we go. Baseball's got to take over the whole weekend. It's got to be a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. It just blows my mind that it's the only sport that you get 3 tries to see who's going to win. You think those girls on the beam have 3? No, they fall, they're deducted. Boom, you're out.
Out.
Football, you don't make a touchdown, the other team does, you lose. Oh, let's go play them 2 more days in a row. That's so dumb. Does nobody else see this? Is it take me just to bring this to light? No one else has ever thought of this before. Really. I'm being serious right now.
And I've answered this question for you a million times. You just don't ever.
Pitchers, blah, blah. Quarterbacks, point guards, centers. Field goal kickers. It's the same thing, Matt. I'm sorry. A football quarterback has it a lot harder than a pitcher. The pitcher's getting hit, getting drug around and thrown down to the ground and getting sacked. No, pitchers don't even get touched. So I don't really care that they have to throw a lot. They should get 1 game to throw good. Throw your best game. That's it. I cannot believe I'm the first person to think this. There's no way.
First person ever. Von Bluesman, why did Matt skip over your answer real quick? What's he hiding?
Oh, because he don't want to talk about Taylor Swift because he's nervous. He's nervous.
Why am I nervous?
That you're maybe not going to come through.
Oh. When have I ever not?
I think that's why this is the first time.
Tom Granagast, T-Rock, what's your favorite lower tier holidays? St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, Halloween type holidays.
Not St. Patrick's Day. I don't know, maybe 4th of July because it's summer and it's, always outside fun and, I don't know, probably 4th of July. And I'm not really working, so I have time to kind of plan. Halloween is just hectic. I wish Halloween should be the last Friday of every month. I hate it, or Saturday. It's the way Halloween happens during the week and we don't have a consecutive day to celebrate Halloween. That really bothers me. Huh?
Consistent.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it needs to be the last Saturday of October. I don't understand, again, why has no one thought of this? I've got a lot of good ideas for the world.
Stephen Fry, T-Rock, how do you feel about bunting?
I think bunting is dumb. I think we should hit home runs every time. If we can hit them at the home run derby, why can't we hit them in a game?
Did the Uber driver stalk you and see you like Taylor Swift and put her on?
No, they just from the first time I got into an Uber alone, which I was nervous. And one day I got in the wrong Uber and had to get out because it was not mine, but I thought it was mine.
Well, like this one. You're going to like this one.
Okay.
Peter Fenner, T-Rock, from the woman's perspective, what's the advantage of having a couple's social media presence? Like if you had you'll see this, like people, like a married couple will have their joint, like Facebook or joint Instagram.
So what's the question?
What's the advantage of doing that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't see any because like you and I post totally different stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it's women that want to track what their men are doing.
What?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I want to track what their men are doing. Why don't they just follow their man's page?
No.
I think it's for men who want to see, but don't want to have their own page. They think it's silly. Like Jennifer and Jeff, like my older sister. It's like Jeff, Jennifer Delafano or whatever, right? Is their page. But it's because Jeff's never going to go do anything on Facebook, but he'll get on there.
Why don't it just be Jennifer's?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Nobody's tracking anybody. It just was like, I don't know.
Von Bluesman asks, T-Rock, are y'all going to Jazz Fest this year?
I'm not a huge fester. I'm not a festival girl.
Not a fester.
I'm not
E-Rock.
Not a festival gal.
Print the shirts. E-Rock. I'm not a fester.
I'm not, because it's just not my jive. I don't want to be in a grassy field with dirt and sweating. I don't want to be, just in a crowd of like people just sweating.
You also don't care about music.
I do. I love music. I love my music in my car. But I don't want to be in a field of dust. Like, I just feel like you're dirty. It's disgusting.
Triple D225 said golf. Golf the worst sport? Worse than baseball?
No, I guess because we don't have a golf team that we have to watch.
Oh, he said NASCAR and golf are longer. That's true. Golf's 4 days.
Oh, well.
4-day tournament.
Okay.
4-hour rounds. Sometimes 5. Dale Broussard asks T-Rock, how about Will Wade taking McNeese to the big dance?
Hold
Did
on,
you see
we're gonna
that?
get there. What you want? You want elevators? Otis elevators?
No.
What you want? Yeah.
Can Daddy have a hug?
No.
Okay. What do you want? Oh, he's focused on something.
I love you.
No.
Do you want?
so much.
Do you want Phil Steele?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want Phil Steele? Okay, Ready? Or Gordy Rush, LSU Tigers? Which
Yeah.
one?
Yes,
Phil Steele, Matt
Phil Steele.
Moscona.
Phil Steele,
Yeah.
Matt Moscona.
Okay, ready?
Drew likes to watch some interviews with
Phil Steele, Matt Moscona. After further review.
Okay.
No.
Let's see. Where is he? Oh, well, let's just do Phil Steele. Let's see. Phil Steele after further review. How do you spell Phil?
Phil. How do you spell Phil?
I don't know if it was 2 L's, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
There he is. There's Phil Steele. Did I say Phil?
Phil.
Okay.
How about Will Wade?
I
taking the knees to
know.
big dance?
I love Will Wade. What?
These are refocus.
This kind of hazy, huh?
Well, it's out of focus. I don't know what happened. So a lot of times, like if you cover the camera, it'll refocus. Let's see. Anyway, there we go. Okay.
I love some Will Wade. I was even talking last night about Will Wade,
You were?
and I was asking our friend if I was telling him why I loved Will Wade so much, and he said he didn't think he was a big nerd.
Who said that? Fish?
No,
Oh, okay.
and so I was like,
You told him you thought he was a big nerd?
Yeah. I said I love Will Wade. I said, you know why I love him? Because he looks like just like a nerdy guy. And he's just, but then he gets so passionate, he gets so angry. I just think it's so funny. And I was like, you don't think he's a big nerd? He's like, no. I was like, really? Really? I was like, I love him. I want him back at LSU.
Okay.
You know.
Cortland said that's just college baseball. The pros play 6 to 7 days a week.
Lord.
Well, you know that. Gulf South asks Rock, have you become a big McNeese fan in support of your bud Will Wade yet?
I mean, no, I honestly have not watched one game, but I just love that he's doing well. And I think Mac McMahon, what's his name? Matt McMahon. Mac McMahon. I think Matt McMahon is doing a fine job at LSU. I just love Will Wade's energy and his personality. I just think he's just funny for me to watch. I don't know why. I just think the guy makes me laugh. And I love how his players like looked at him. Like I feel like they just had this rapport. That is just so cool. I don't know.
Oh, look at this. Heads up. Thank you for the heads up there from Brett Guidry. LSU just got another commitment. Bam had a decommitment. So Tyler Miller has committed to LSU. Number 1 interior offensive lineman for the class of 2025. Another number 1 player in this position. This class is unbelievable. 6'6", 318-pound inside offensive lineman from Laurel, Mississippi, chose the Tigers over Ole Miss and Mississippi State. How about that, E-Rock?
That's right.
Another one. Cortland, when quarterbacks have to have Tommy John, I believe it's harder. That's true. Reed Rule asked E-Rock, Brown or Yale for the Ivy League title today?
Of what?
Basketball.
Oh, Brown University or Yale Brown?
Ask E-Rock. No, there's Antron.
Yeah.
What would
Help
you
with
like?
what, buddy?
Yeah.
You want Gordy Rush or Ryan Terrier? Or
Good.
Gordy?
Gordy. He wants to watch videos of Gordy Rush.
Gordy Rush, LSU Tigers. Oh,
Gordy.
there's Gordy. There's Gordy. There he is.
Ask E-Rock, why can't we have Halloween on December the 25th? And what does she think about the Super Bowl on Mardi Gras 2025?
What is he talking about? Why don't we have on December 25th? What?
Why can't we have Halloween on December 25th?
Because that's the Christmas.
It's Christmas. And what does she think about Super Bowl on Mardi Gras 2025?
Oh, it's gonna be awesome because it's in New Orleans. Oh God, it's in New Orleans too. That's gonna be insane. And I want tickets if Kelsey's there, by the way. Putting in my request now.
To go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Absolutely
not. Why
not? Chance Babbitt, joint accounts equals someone cheated.
I don't believe that at all. People say that. I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Dustin said so that other women don't flirt with their man.
Jeez. Okay.
Gulf South, if you have a joint social media account, one of them's cheated in the past.
I don't think that's true.
Paul Walston, advantage is keeping track of a cheating spouse. See?
Okay.
It's rooted. That's the perception is it's rooted in mistrust.
I guess I don't see that, but
I'm just.
I know. I hear.
That's the
Yeah.
perception.
My brain would have never gone there.
Van Bluesman, I ask you, Rock, do you think Shaq needs to stay retired and not join the new basketball league?
There's no way he's playing again. Are you kidding? Is he really going to play basketball again? Wow. How old is he?
God, I don't want to be in a grassy field sweating with dust.
No, it's disgusting, by the way.
Wait, Kyle said, ask you, Rock, July 4th is my favorite holiday because I like the outside.
No, I like it's summer. Did I say I like the outside? I saw a little meme I sent to Danae yesterday, and it said, I am an outdoorsy girl, and by outdoorsy, I mean I like to drink wine on patios. And I'm like, yes. I sent her that yesterday, and I'm like, yes, actually, that would be what I like to do outdoors.
Yes,
I love to sit outside, but I'm not going to go sweat and walk. To go to Jazz Fest, you got to walk like 5 miles, and then it's just
this is a good one.
Jazz Fest is gross.
This is a good one. Gulf South. This is a good one.
Okay.
Ask E-Rock, would you go to a grassy, muddy field in
Taylor.
100-degree heat with a summer shower?
Yes, I would.
To see Taylor.
Because it's not a festival.
Yeah, that's what this is.
No, she would just
What if he was at Jazz Fest?
I would be there.
Herb Peas, excuse me. Ask E-Rock, does LSU make the NIT?
I think so.
I think so.
And when does that start?
Next week.
Okay.
Antron, what time do the boys play their game today? 1 o'clock.
Baseball or basketball?
Baseball. Basketball doesn't play again until the NIT.
Oh.
Provided they make it.
Well, when do they find that out?
Today. Cold Trickle. Matt, let's talk about the Savannah Bananas in Baton Rouge. I have to say, wow. Never did I ever think I would walk out of that place smiling from ear to ear.
Aww.
And to see the kids in awe and enjoying themselves was amazing.
I've seen so much Savannah Banana stuff on TikTok, social media. I love them. I've loved them from whenever I thought they were a real baseball team. And I was like, oh my God, like what's going on here? Like 2 years ago. So I think it's been a great thing for LSU, great thing for our city. I've seen, again, so many posts, so many videos that they've done too, that the Greg Olson or whatever the lead guy's name is. They've posted tons of videos. And I think it's been great. I love it. I love what they did for Joe Burrow. Like I love how it's almost like a family friendly thing, but I don't know.
I don't love how hard it was to get tickets.
Right. It was, yeah.
Stephen Fry asks, my wife is a school test coordinator.
Oh, wow.
She asks, how do you feel about the LEAP 2025?
Oh, wow. Well, we don't do LEAP 2020. We don't do LEAP because of we're a private school. So we do our own standardized testing with the diocese. So we do like Terra Nova. So we don't do LEAP. So I really don't have to deal with that.
Dale Broussard asks, what's your favorite cigar?
Me? A Zero cigar. It would be my favorite cigar. They weren't so stinky. They're just so.
I think they smell great.
My God, really? Thought you couldn't smell.
That's the thing. No, but that's the thing. I oddly smell. We've been over this. I smell some things and I think the best explanation I got is that people had COVID. So I lost my smell in COVID. I never got my smell back. But the weird thing is I can nose some things. I can nose whiskey and wine and I can smell a cigar. And the best explanation, guys, when people had COVID and lost their smell, the first thing that they got their smell back, first thing they started smelling was earthy things, right? Like natural things from the earth, like a potato that grows out. People smell that first. And that's some of the stuff that I can smell. But I mean, it's so weird how I know this is gross, but I could take Drew's diaper, shove it right into my face and would not smell it.
That is very weird.
I mean, I could walk into a porta potty or a bathroom, and don't smell nothing, which I guess is a positive. I mean, I think back, remember Katrina when people couldn't go in their houses for 2 weeks and then they'd have to put masks on. People were gagging, going into refrigerators and stuff because all the meat and everything had spoiled. It smelled so bad. I could do that. I mean, you could hire me to do that and I could do that and make bank because I couldn't smell it. I just walk right in. All right, get out of here. Peter Fenwick asked E-Rock, biggest unintentional coaching lookalike, Will Wade in the Progressive commercial or Lane Kiffin Tosh.0? I've never seen the Lane Kiffin Progressive thing.
Yeah,
Lane
I don't
Kiffin,
know.
or wait, Lane Kiffin Tosh point is interesting. Craig, two guys. Ask E-Rock. McNeese to the Final Four on your bracket. Long live Willie the Kid.
I think so. You think they could go all the way?
No.
Oh,
Joel Cunningham asked E-Rock, why do you think Kim Mulkey gets so much national hate?
but she gets hate. I don't know. I'm married to somebody who loves her, so I would have never thought she gets a lot of hate because people are jealous. That's why. I mean, it's jealousy. People love to hate on the top. Yeah.
Gulf South asked
You
E-Rock,
want
would you
Dr.
rather win the whole NIT?
Later. Okay.
Would you rather win the whole NIT or lose in the first round of the NCAA tournament?
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Would you rather win the NIT
Okay, then what happens?
or lose in the first round of the NCAA
What
tournament?
happens if you win the NIT?
You just win the tournament.
Nothing. You don't get to go to the SEC.
That's the end of the year tournament. So it's like if you don't make the NCAA tournament, all the rejects go to the NIT. But you can
Okay.
win the NIT. So saying, would you rather win the NIT or just go to the big
Go
dance?
to the big dance.
That's the
Oh,
correct
do you
answer.
want laugh and learn puppy dog?
No.
What?
All right, three more. All
Good, but
Gordy Rush LSU.
right, three more. You ready?
Okay, let me get them situated. Ready? Gordy Rush LSU Tigers.
what color is Gordy?
What color is Gordy? Let's try it again. Ready?
By the way, when Drew,
Gordy Rush LSU Tigers. There he is.
when Drew asks what color someone is, he's talking about their shirt. And it does kind of be awkward sometimes when,
Yes.
when Drew's like, what color is
We're always it's always shirt color. We try to get him to say what color so and so shirt, but it just I
what
mean
color is Gordy?
Yeah.
Well, Gordy's shirt is purple.
Yeah. Yeah.
What color is Mommy?
yeah.
Mommy is pink. Okay. Ask E-Rock, how do you order your steak?
I don't order my steak. I'm not a steak person.
Murder Giraffe, ask E-Rock, who is your UFL team?
Had some good lobster in New York. I never eat a lobster here, but for some reason there I got it at least twice. It was really good. Who's my favorite? What?
UFL team.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
United Football League. Ooh, look at me. I don't even know who plays in that league.
Antron, Matt, you're going to watch the SEC championship game today, Auburn, Florida. Probably not, Antron. I'm going to watch the baseball game today and take Drew to the mall. And then probably watch some NBA tonight. Last one.
Last one.
Cajun Country gets the closer, and it's a good
Okay.
one.
Okay, Cajun.
Ask E-Rock. Dinner with Will Wade
Mm,
or
mm.
Taylor Swift tickets in the last seat. It's a good one.
Taylor Swift tickets last seat.
No way.
Yep.
Like the very top last seat
Doesn't
of the
matter.
arena?
I just want to be in there.
No
Yeah.
way.
Now I don't want those to be the tickets you get me, but that either or. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go with that. You thought I'd say the other? I mean, I want way better tickets than that, by the way. Just so you know. Just so you know.
Mhm.
But you thought I would say Will Wade? Yeah, nah, I can't do it. Nope. Nope.
Oh, this is so good.
What?
Charles Bowles jumped in here. Can't wait for college football to start. Be very interesting how my doubter are doubting my Alabama Crimson Tide football team, which no one's seen them play one down yet. You got it, Charles. You right, brother. No one should be doubting those Crimson Tide. Without Nick Saban, with a coach that's only done small-time football, losing 33 players to the transfer portal, you're the number one safety in the portal, your five-star quarterback commits gone. Man, your best wide receivers now at Texas. I tell you what, I'm sure you're not going to miss a beat, Charles. I'm sure your Tide are going to make you proud, Charles. I'm sure the Crimson Tide are going all the way, Charles. I'm going to laugh my face off at you dorks every step of the way, all season long. Every time you lose, and you melt down, and you want to fire more, and then you jump up in my channel on YouTube. I cannot wait to laugh at all of you all year long, and I'm going to do it in perpetual bliss. Forever. Charles, I'm not telling you that you're going to sing. Charles, I'm not telling you that you're going 6-6. I'm just telling you You ain't going 12-0. You ain't going 11-1. You ain't winning the national championship. You ain't winning the SEC. It's been a long time for you to do again, Charles. Brad Baker. Morning, Matt. Does LSU pull out the rubber match? Yes, LSU wins today. Okay, y'all have an awesome. Charles walked into the wrong room. Y'all have an awesome day.